Hey you guys, welcome back. Y'all, YouTube has been doing like the most lately. It just put me back into my Cara Delevingne video. It's really strange. I don't even know how this is happening, but okay. So we're gonna talk about Ashley Jones from Teen Mom, and you guys, I have to say, I've really grown to like Ashley, but this video just doesn't it for me. I'm I don't know. I'm not mean to people. I give people like a lot of chances, and even if someone like upsets me or bothers me, I don't curse at them. It's just a matter of respect, right? Anyways, Ashley Jones from Teen Mom, she was on YMP. Her now husband's name is Bar. They have a daughter named Holly, who is super cute and super smart. Ashley Jones, ever since being on Teen Mom, she has had a lot of drama in her life. When she first came on the show, her and Bar had moved from Vegas to Florida, I think it was. And she had a lot of problems with Bar's mom, Shin. I like Shin. When they first filmed, like the first episode, they were doing the baby shower, and a whole situation happened at the baby shower. There's been drama throughout her time on YMP. When she switched over to Teen Mom, because she was brought from Teen Mom YMP over to Teen Mom, it seemed like things had kind of calmed down a little bit. Now, when she left YMP, she left with a bang. Her and the girls at the Teen Mom reunion, she was trying to fight all of them. I wasn't a big fan of her then. I was like, girl, calm down. Because she's very smart. She's very pretty. She's got a lot that could be going for her. So when she left YMP, at the reunion, she was like threatening to like beat up people that was pregnant. Kayla's sister was pregnant at the time, and she was, yelling at Kayla, yelling at Brianna. It was a whole mess. But when she was brought over to Teen Mom 2, is it Teen Mom 2 that she's on? I think it's Teen Mom 2. She seemed to kind of calm down a little bit. Bar started trying to get a little bit of handle on his, addiction problems. He has an addiction to alcohol. He's got a little bit of a criminal history that he was trying to get everything together. He got enrolled in school. Bar recently went to rehab. Unfortunately, he is in jail due to some past criminal problems that he had. He had a court date. Let me put this out there. These are my opinions only. This is for entertainment purposes only. Everything that I say is based off my opinion from my own research. Feel free to do your own research to form your own opinion. So, from what I have read, he was arrested because there was a warrant that he was not aware what even existed. So he had an attorney at the time, and his attorney did not inform him that he had a court date. So therefore, he was arrested. Now, this happened not too long ago, him being arrested. It wasn't that long ago. Now, Ashley was recently filming for Teen Mom again, and she had a run-in with Brianna DeJesus. Now, Ashley is friends with Kail. Ashley has been on Kail's podcast. Ashley has jumped to defend Kail a time or two. So, she's friends with Kail. Now, whatever took place, it was like Ashley, her mom T was there, Brianna, her mom Roxanne was there, and there were some words between Roxanne and Pastor T. There were some words between them that led into a verbal altercation that almost turned physical. I think it tried to turn physical, like people were trying to throw chairs and everything. Ashley ended up spitting on Brianna DeJesus. Brianna DeJesus said that she would sue Ashley Jones. Now, when all that happened, I was like, oh my goodness, like, even though Brianna did say that she was going to spit on Kail next time she's seen her, there's a difference between saying it and doing it. Is either one of them right? No, but, obviously actually doing it is worse. Brianna ended up outing Ashley Jones as being pregnant. So Ashley Jones did come out to say, yes, I am pregnant, and it would have been nice if you wouldn't have outed it, and I could have said it when I wanted to say it. So there's been this drama that's been going on with Ashley for several weeks now. And now there's even more drama, you guys, because Teen Mom Chatter from over on Instagram, Teen Mom Chatter, obviously, they can keep up with anything Teen Mom related. If you want to keep up with like Teen Mom drama and you want to do it via Instagram. Go check out Teen Mom Chatter. They're a really good page. Someone sent Teen Mom Chatter a video of Ashley Jones that I am just blown away. I don't know why Ashley recorded herself, but essentially from what is being said happened, Ashley Jones is renting a house, and her landlords showed up to evict her, to serve her with an eviction notice or something along those lines. They knock on the door. This is allegedly what the story is. Her daughter, Holly, answered the door. It's being said that Ashley was asleep. Now, you know, you're pregnant, you're tired, Bar is not there to help. So, you know, that makes a lot of sense that maybe she would be napping. Allegedly, Holly was awake or she heard the knock. So Holly went and answered the door. When she answered the door, allegedly, you know, the landlords asked to speak to Ashley. At which that point, Ashley got up and went outside and just kind of went off on her landlords, telling them do not come back to her house, do not speak to her daughter, she will beat them up. And she recorded it for some unknown reason. I really don't know why, because if anything, it shows that she is absolutely threatening her landlords. Now, there are a few things that I'm curious of. When Ashley and Bar moved into this house on, like, I think it was like last season, I thought that she said she paid the rent up for like a year, that it was like it took a big chunk of money, but she paid it up for a year. That way they wouldn't have to worry about it. So I'm wondering if this is a situation where she's, you know, behind on rent, and if so, how? Because she said she paid up for a year. Could it be possibly that she's violated some of the rules? I don't know. Either way, the landlords showed up and she just kind of went crazy on them. Now, some people are defending her, saying like, well, she's pregnant, she's going through a lot, Bar is not there. You know, don't give her too hard of a time. I'm going to show you guys a video, and I just have to say this. I've been pregnant 7 times. You ladies in the chat feel me? Y'all been pregnant? You know what I'm saying? The way she treats this couple was uncalled for, and they should have called the police. So I'm going to show you guys this video because it's just, it's crazy. Shout out to Teen Mom Chatter for always making sure they get the good scoop. Yes, they are renting. They're renting. It's a really nice house. They've always had pretty nice houses, though. Like, they've always had decently nice houses. It looks like it's in a pretty upscale neighborhood as well. But I'm going to show you guys this video. This is at the end of it. But it's about to start over.
You out of your mind? You want this bitch? You get from in front of my house.
Okay, really quickly, also, filthy language. Bad language. She's cursing. In front of my understanding, Holly is at the house, so I'm sure Holly can hear her yelling and screaming. So trigger warning, yelling, screaming, cursing. So this man that you see on the screen here, this is the owner of the home. He owns the home. He showed up to allegedly evict Ashley. And allegedly, Ashley did not answer the door. Allegedly, Holly did. And she got really upset. So let's go ahead and let's play it, you guys. Trigger warning, cursing. Let's go.
House. Get the fuck from in front of my house. Go now. Go now. You're in front of my house. You've been threatening me. You've been telling me you're going to evict me. Get the fuck from in front of my house and don't bring your ass back. Don't bring your ass back to my house. Don't bring your ass back to my house. Don't bring your ass back to my fucking house and speak to my fucking daughter. I will whoop your ass and I will whoop your ass. And if you think I'm playing with me, fucking try it again. Try it again. Call 911. Call 911. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Call 911. Don't you ever speak to my fucking daughter. Don't you ever speak to my daughter. I'll drag you out this car and beat your ass. Don't you ever knock on my fucking door and address my daughter. Go now. Go now.
It's crazy because he said, she said, get out from in front of my house. He said, your house, that's my house. I'm like, yeah, that's his house. Like, that was so uncalled for and wrong on so many levels. Like, despite if she's pregnant or not, I don't care. I'm going to read some of the comments. Because there was someone that was like, I don't care. You don't speak to my child unless you have my permission. And I'm like, but you know, like, I get that. I get that. Like, if I'm in, like, the grocery store there and somebody's like, hey, you're so pretty. Whatever. That's not going to bother me. If you, I don't know, like, I guess there's, like, certain circumstances where you would want to be notified before somebody talks to you. Like, if your kid gets in trouble at school and they're going to be brought to the principal's office, maybe. Like, okay, call me, call the mom. So if you're going to talk to my child about something, call me. But from what's being said is the landlords showed up. She says, you have been threatening me. You have been threatening to evict me. To tell someone, to tell the person that rents your home that you're going to evict them, that's not a threat. That's something they have the right to do. By law, they can tell you, if you don't pay your rent, I'm going to evict you. That's not a threat. I'm going to read some of the comments. Someone said, if you see how her mother behaves, this is not surprising. Now, I have to say, like I said, I've been behind Ashley. I saw her, like, transition what I felt like transition from, you know, someone that struggled to deal with drama and really couldn't get away from it to what I thought someone that got away from it. And her and Bar seemed to, they, like I said, went through this transition, even down to the clothes that they wore. There was a transition. You know what I'm saying? She has a business. She works hard. Their daughter is beautiful and super smart. Bar was trying to get his life in order, going to rehab, going to college, getting all his criminal situations in order, I guess you could say. You know, so I was really rooting for her with the Brianna DeJesus situation. I did not agree that she spit on Brianna, but I really felt like more than likely Brianna was the one that started it, because Brianna starts crap. Brianna is a start crapper, and I feel like Ashley really started doing better. Watching this video, I'm like, no. I've seen so many people say I was a fan of hers, but not anymore. Not anymore. And yeah. Someone said, no, this is wild. They're elderly too. I was a fan of Ashley, but this ain't it, girl. Someone else said, I've never been a fan. I've always seen right through her. Someone else says, same. I've always known she was trash. Someone else says, hopefully not anymore. True colors, she's a trash bag. I'm not a fan anymore. This is beyond ridiculous. Usually people record themselves for their safety, not to incriminate themselves. So that's what I was like, girl, why did you record this? Now, we don't know who got their hands on the recording. I doubt Ashley Jones sent Team Mom Chatter the recording. Seems like somebody got a hold of it, sent it to Team Mom Chatter, and they put it up or whatever. I've seen her be a hothead more when she was on Y&P. You know what I'm saying? So from my understanding, well, I think if it wasn't her landlord, she would have said, you know, because she's like, you've been threatening to evict me. You've been threatening to evict me. And if somebody been threatening to evict me and they're not my landlord, I'd be like, you are crazy coming up here telling you going to evict me and this ain't even your house. You know, this ain't, how you going to evict somebody? This ain't your house. So from what we know to understand, it's his house. He owns it. He's rented it to her. Yes, she did say she paid a year in advance. So has that year passed? I don't think so. Was there some sort of complaint of her not abiding by some rules? Does it have something to do maybe with Bar going to jail, or maybe something they have in their contract? You know, I just don't know what it could possibly be. But now it kind of makes me question what really happened between her and Brianna. Also, all the other Teen Mom girls, a lot of them have come out to like, okay, so Ashley, from also what I understand, Ashley alleged that everyone knew that she was pregnant. The Teen Mom girls, Jade actually released messages where the girls were like, we didn't know she was pregnant. We didn't know she was pregnant. A couple of them was like, she told me privately, But the group didn't know because Ashley was saying the group knew that she was pregnant. So that kind of come out that was not true. Also, there's some drama going on between her and Shin right now as well. And Ashley said something along the lines of Shin had the grandbaby, so she dropped Holly off, and she messaged Shin saying, "Hey, we need to talk sometime," and to kind of get on the same page. And Shin did not respond. And but then a little bit later, Shin messaged and was like, "Hey, can you go get some pieces of snack for the kids?" Now, Shin released proof that that's not what happened. Shin released proof that she actually did respond when Ashley said we need to talk. She was like, okay. And then Shin actually asked Bar, do I need to go get the pizza and the snacks? Or are y'all going to do it? Like, who's going to do this or whatever? So here lately, I was reading before I did this live. It seems like there's been some drama. And, I know pregnancy, hormones, out of this world. Because like I said, I've been pregnant 7 times. And while I've never gotten like that on anyone, me and Sean I always struggled with Sean when I was pregnant, and I could get kind of hot-headed with him during pregnancy because I would be so, my hormones would be so imbalanced. But we know that Bar is in jail. That's probably got to be stressful on her. She's pregnant, but that does not excuse this. I don't care what happened. I don't care if this is not her landlord. I don't care, unless they told Holly, I'm about to beat your butt, then I might get come unglued on somebody if they talk to my child like that. But from what's being said is these are her landlords, and they knocked on the door to tell her, to serve her with some eviction forms because they've been telling her, for whatever reason, we're going to have to evict you. She's been avoiding them, allegedly. So they knocked on the door. What the story is that she was asleep. Little Holly answered the door, and they said, go get your mommy. And she was mad that they addressed Holly. And my thing is, like, regardless of, you could call the cops. Like, if this is not your landlord, if they addressed your daughter, the woman was sitting there like, no. The man was like he's like, this is my house. Ain't your house. This is my house. And the woman's like, come on. She's like telling the guy, come on, come back. Like, let's leave. They go get in their car. They get in the car. She opens the door on them. Then she goes to the back. She opens the door on the woman. And she is like, so much of that woman's face that the woman has to get out the other side. Like, that, to me, it would take, unless they, like, spit on Holly or addressed Holly in a super negative, mean way, then that would be different. But from what's being said, Holly just opened the door, and they said, can you go get your mom? Hopefully Ashley will come out and, say exactly what happened, or they can have their side of the story or whatever. I think she was more upset Holly answered the door. Yeah, maybe we should tell our kids, like, don't answer the door. I tell my kids all the time, because when I'm in my kitchen, I can't hear the front door. I cannot hear if somebody's at my front door. So I tell my kids all the time, do not answer the door. Come get me and let me know that somebody's knocking on the door. A lot of people saying that. A lot of people are saying, no. Like, at any point, she could call the cops. At any point, if she feels like she's being harassed, if she feels like they are doing something they shouldn't do, call the cops. But threatening to hit them, that is too much. That's not okay. We'll watch it again really quickly. Trigger warning, bad language, but we'll watch it again real quick.
Go now. Go.
So she's saying, go now. She's already said, leave my house, and he said, this is my house. And in a minute, you're going to see his wife say, come on. Because she's like, I'm scared. Let's leave.
Now, you're in front of my house. You've been threatening me.
See, she's like, come on, let's go.
And tell me to evict me. Get the fuck away from my house and don't bring your ass back.
So she's like, all right, I'm out. The woman's like, all right, I'm out. I'm getting in my car. So she was not trying to fight with Ashley. She's like in her car. She's like, okay, I'm out. Come on, man, let's go.
Bring your ass back to my house.
Ashley goes to their car. So you mean to tell me Ashley is mad that they knocked on the door, allegedly, And Holly answered, but she has the audacity to go and open their car door and get all up in it and get in their face. You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't bring your ass back to my house. Don't bring your ass back to my fucking house and speak to my fucking daughter. I will whoop your ass and I will whoop your ass. And if you think I'm playing with me, fucking try it again. Try it again. Call not.
I mean, he was like, call 911. I don't know. I feel like if they would have showed up and done something, if they were like pretend landlords, or if they would have showed up and said something horrible to Holly, I think they would have just got in the car and left, and they would not have been like, you know, he wouldn't have been like, call 911. I think he knew, like, we are within our rights to show up at this house. From my understanding, I think it's different state to state when it comes to landlords and tenants, but they can show up at the house and knock just like anyone else can. And and ask to speak to, I think in Louisiana, because my mom used to be a landlord, I think you have to go and file it through the courts and have them served, and I think they have like 7 days or something. Some places it's like 30. Sounds good, freaking the sheets. I love that name. But some places have like 30 days. Some places have 7 days from the day that you serve them that they have to get out. And honestly, that's what they should have just done. If they were contacting her and they couldn't contact her, they should have just went through the process of the court.
911. Call 911. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Call 911. Don't you ever speak to my fucking daughter. Don't you ever speak to my daughter. I'll drag you out this car and beat your ass. Don't you ever. Don't you ever. Don't you ever knock on my fucking door and address my daughter, bitch.
See, she's like, don't ever. She didn't say don't talk to my daughter like that. She just said, don't ever, how dare you like talk to my daughter. Don't ever knock on my door and address my daughter. I don't think they said anything bad. I think they just said, and what's being said, what the story is they just said, can you go get your mom? That's what they said. I mean, I get it. Like, it's weird for people to talk to your kids if, but if I'm in the kitchen and just say my kid happens to answer the door, I would probably be a little upset with my child and be like, I told you not to answer the door. Now you're opening the door. God knows who it is. Like, don't answer the door. So I would have a talk with my child once whoever came left. And I would tell them, hey, if you can't get me at the front door, come to this back door because I can't always hear and I don't want my child just opening the door. But we have locks on our doors, but yeah. He must have gave Holly the eviction notice.
You out of your fucking mind? You out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your fucking rabbit ass mind? You out of your rabbit ass mind? You out of your mind? You want to speak to you? Get from my.
So, oh yeah. Well, it's very confusing. Like, we don't really know the reason he's trying to evict her. We don't know if she broke some sort of guidelines. We don't know because on the show, when they moved into this house, she made the comment that she paid it up for a year, right? So I don't know. I don't think it's been a year, possibly. But either way, they have plans to evict her. They want to evict her. And she was aware of this. Ashley was aware of this because she said, y'all been threatening me. Y'all been threatening y'all were going to evict me. So she knew that they were going to, she knew they were wanting to evict her. That's not a threat, I mean, for a landlord to tell their tenant, hey, we're going to have to evict you. That's not a threat. That's like, hey, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And unfortunately, we're going to have to evict you. Here's a few things that, in my opinion, could potentially happen. Maybe nothing. Maybe nothing would happen. Or, due to the way that she acted in this, she could get kicked out. Surely they're going to evict her. I mean, if I was those people, that would be the first thing on my agenda. When I left there, I would have come up in the courthouse on 2 wheels. You know what I'm saying? to get the documents prepared to kick her out of that house. That would have been first on the agenda. So more than likely she will be evicted. Bar is in jail, so she has no help. As far as Bar, with Holly, I'm sure she has her mom and her family, but as far as Bar, she's not going to have him there to help her move. Second, usually when you rent somewhere, you have to write a reference, More than likely, she's not going to reference them. But this could affect her renting other places because this is getting out, Ashley is pregnant, yeah. Second off, I get it, like, when you're pregnant, your hormones are all over the place. But what if that woman in that car would have jumped out and tore into her? And be like, you know what? You ain't going to talk to me. Because let me tell you something. You talk to my husband like that, oh, you better have your running shoes on because I'm coming for you. I know, but the wife was like, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. I think this is in California. So Ashley's pregnant. What happened, with her and Brianna? It could have potentially turned physical between her and Brianna, and she would have been fighting, pregnant. Also, I read that Ashley said the reason that she had not said that she was pregnant is because she's high risk. That the doctor told her that she was high risk and she wanted to wait until everything was okay. So why are you high risk pregnant and being involved in drama like this? And putting yourself in the position to where someone could potentially fight you. I think this was very current. From my understanding, this was very current. But maybe she not. Well, she was pregnant when the situation happened with Bree. When the situation happened with Bree, she was pregnant. And she put herself there in a position, up against Bree and Bree's mom. And who knows? They might have hit a pregnant person. We don't know. She did try to fight when pregnant with Holly and YP. Did she try to fight Shannon as well? She said, you're out of your rabbit ass mind. That's what she said. I've heard that said a lot. One of my friends used to say that all the time. But I've never heard anybody else say it. Like, I've heard people down here, one of my good friends, but I've never heard, like, anybody from, like, not around here say that. But she said, you're out of your rabbit ass mind. So, someone said, such trash behavior. If they did something to you or your daughter, then call the cops. Sounds like she's getting the boot and she's just mad about it. No wonder she's friends with Kail. That's what somebody said. To be honest, her mama a pastor, and she acting so crazy. This don't surprise me. However, her mama, T, has been going off as well, and that's a whole situation that I want to cover as well. And T was on Instagram saying, I have never been a pastor. I've been trying to tell y'all that. And then someone, like, linked an article from Sarcasm where she was a pastor. She had her own ministry. And it's like, wait, what? But allegedly now, she is no longer a Christian, and she claims to be like a Hebrew woman or something along those lines, that she does not, she's no longer, well, her mom was a pastor back in the day, but now she refuses to claim that she ever was. So I don't know, maybe she'll kind of, explain it or whatever, and explain why she's saying that she never was. Someone said, now I see why Shannon says what she says. Someone said, yeah, I would have put that car in reverse real quick as soon as she opened the passenger side. Playing stupid games, win stupid prizes. My house, baby, it ain't yours if your name ain't on the mortgage or title. Someone said, anonymous, a.k.a. Shin. And T-Mom Chatter said, no, I did not receive this from Shin. Had I wouldn't have posted it since I realized they are in a tit for tat right now. Someone said, what was said to her daughter, though? I don't know. All she said was they addressed Holly. I don't know if it was directly or indirectly. If it was inappropriate, I would lose my cool too. But if it was something as simple as Holly answering the door and then asking Holly to get Ashley, this is too much. Ashley spit on Brianna DeJesus at the Teen Mom. The filming for the Teen Mom, the next chapter, I think that's what they were doing a couple weeks back. And they had everyone brought like their mom, and Ashley and Bree got into it, and Ashley spit on Bree. And Ashley was pregnant. So someone said it doesn't matter. You do not address a kid without the parent's approval. And someone said that makes absolutely no sense. So you don't want your children to socialize with people at all without your permission? How is that supposed to work? You're talking about basic communication here, not someone sitting down and having a conversation about life. Someone said that's exactly what I'm saying. She's a child. She's at home and not out in the world. Someone said that the people don't understand what I'm saying because I don't allow anyone to speak to my minor child or my grandchildren without me okaying it. I can't say I've ever dealt with that. Like, I can't say I've ever, like, walked up to a kid and be like, oh, hey, or like, and somebody be like, don't talk to my kid without my permission. Because then I'd be like, I mean, I can get it in a sense, but not like, I mean, because where I live, people just talk to kids. You know, at football practice the other day, there was a little 2-year-old who was running around and telling everybody that her bubba was on the field. And we were all talking to her. We were all like, oh, he is? He's on the field? That's so cool. You know? So, I couldn't imagine if the mama would have walked over there and been like, don't talk to her without my permission. Because I would have been like, well, get your kid over there. You know? Especially if your child answers the door. If you are a landlord and you are going to talk to your tenant who, you know, you need to evict or you need to talk to about eviction, you knock on the door and the child answers. Are you supposed to walk away? Are you supposed to be like, Ashley, your kid answered the door? I mean, I would have to imagine they would have said, can you go get your mom, please? And I don't have a problem with that, you know. I don't have a problem with that. Someone said, I just watched the video and oh my God, they were trying to leave and she kept getting more and more aggressive. I'm wondering if Holly answered the door and how they addressed her, but that's their home. And unless she had an order of protection, they had every right to be there. Even more so if they were trying to evict her. It's getting squatter vibes? What squatter vibes? If they address your child in a way that was harming you, you could have easily called the cops. And if she took this video and sent it to someone, she must have wanted it leaked. Get ready for the next podcast episode with the story behind this. So Ashley does have a podcast. I think it's called I Need Wine or something like that. Right. Let me see. I think he let me see if there's any. Trying to see if I can see when he will get out. Here is his, when was this one? This was September 13th. Here is his mugshot. Let me make sure I don't have any. Wait, this one's 9/13/2022. Now, I remember us hearing, okay, wait, they just moved to, where did they move to? But it says he was booked in Merced County, California for DUI. This was 9/13. That was just the other day. And I'm thinking about an arrest for a missed court appearance that was like months ago. So it looks like, was he? Oh, I bet. Okay, I bet I know what this is for. This may have been his initial arrest was the DUI and the willful discharge of a firearm, and he maybe missed court for those charges potentially. I was getting confused for a second. Stop spinning if you knew. Bad move, yeah. So I'm assuming, because I read that he had like a court appearance, but he didn't know, and his lawyer should have known, but his lawyer didn't tell him. So it must have been for those charges, for the DUI and the willful discharge of a firearm. But he's in jail, from my understanding, and I'm not seeing when he's supposed to get out. Yeah, I think he missed court for those charges. Yeah, I think that's what it is too. No, I don't know when he's supposed to get out. But if I find out, I'll let you guys know. But he's not out right now. And, you know, when I saw that, I was like, Ashley gonna be up in jail with Barb if she don't calm down. Okay. Okay, so it says Barr has been in jail for the past week. It doesn't look like he'll be getting out anytime soon. He was arrested in Henderson, Nevada, which is where they just moved to recently. Held out bail. Charged with being a fugitive from another state, which is every bit as serious as it sounds. The warrant doesn't specifically state what state he's a fugitive from. California. We know this now. So, anyways, Barr's legal woes date back to May of 2021 when he was charged with a willful discharge of a firearm in a negligent manner. That's a felony. So it's possible that he was instructed not to leave the state, which could explain why he's currently behind bars. But it's also possible that Smith Barr is a fugitive because of some other unknown charge. No, it's the willful discharge of a firearm and then DUI. Whatever the case, it appears that he'll be cooling his heels behind bars for at least a few more weeks. I'm sorry, Barr. Barr had a hearing 2 days before he was arrested, and for some reason he represented himself in court. Note to anyone who gets arrested for any reason, don't represent yourself. Although my cousin did, and he won. And he was looking at like 40 years, and he actually got like 5 years in credit for time served, which was like 5 years. So he got out. It was really wild. But usually do not. The judge ruled the Barr would be held without bail until his next hearing, which is currently scheduled for September 13th. And what we just saw was a new mugshot for September 13th. And his intake day was September 13th. It showed his arrest date was September 13th. So obviously, he was arrested again, he had a court date for September 13th, and the mugshot that we just saw showed an intake date for September 13th. So it looks like the date that he went to court, he did not get out, and he was booked into another facility maybe. Having been denied bond, Barr will call the Henderson Detention Center home for the next couple of weeks. Okay. So I don't know. That was just 3 days ago. So I'm not sure. I'll see what I can find out. But as of right now, I really don't know, you guys. But yeah, I'm seriously bothered by that video. Like I said, I've been rooting for Ashley. I like Ashley. I like Barr. I love Holly. She is super smart. Like, I'm like, this is like a 20-year-old and how old is she? 5-year-old's body, 4-year-old's body, because she's so smart. But I'm just not okay with this. Like, those are older people. They probably, did not expect that to show up there and have to deal with that, or they probably would have brought the police. So that's just devastating. But I wanted to talk about that really quickly because I saw that a couple days ago, and I was like, oh my goodness. So, yeah. Also, you guys, I'm going to be covering a story soon I don't know exactly when it will be, but probably soon. A lady contacted me and said that her sister-in-law had a baby and lost the baby on the same day a couple years ago. They had the baby buried. Since her baby passed away, she lost her sister as well as her father, and they had moved. So her sister and her father was buried at a different cemetery. So she decided to have her baby moved to the cemetery where her sister and her father were at, where she would also now, want to be buried, considering that's where her family were buried. So she made the difficult decision to have her baby's body exhumed to be moved. Now the thing is the baby has been lost. The body of this baby has been lost, and they cannot get any answers from anyone. They, call a cemetery, funeral home to try to find out where is this baby's body, so they can take it to the proper cemetery and bury, this baby. And they're getting no answers. So the family's made a decision to come forward to try to, put everything on social media to hopefully push the cemetery or the funeral home or someone to give them answers. So I actually have to give the lady a call right now. She called me and she wanted me and Justin and Molly to cover this. So I'm going to give her a call and get on the phone with Justin and figure out her story and figure out how would be the proper way to, try to get this out there so the funeral home or the cemetery or whoever has answers can give this lady some answers, because right now they have no answers and they do not know where this baby is. So you guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section about this video. Ashley Jones, she's pregnant allegedly. Well, she's admitted that she's pregnant. Allegedly, she's pregnant in this video. Homeowners show up to talk to her about eviction, and allegedly Holly answers the door and she just goes crazy on them, threatens to beat them up, and she records it. And someone got a hold of that recording and sent it to Team Mom Chatter. Go follow them on Instagram. They have a really good page. Keep up with all the Team Mom drama. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Ashley should face some consequences for this? Do you guys think that they will, in fact, evict her? What about firing her from the show? Like, what do you guys think? I don't know. I don't even know, RK. I don't even know how that would happen. How do you lose something like that? I don't know. But what are the consequences you guys think that Ashley may face? Possible fired, eviction, or nothing? Leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Keep your eyes out. I'm probably going to do... I had Trisha Paytas, and I also had an unboxing that I'm going to do, but I got to make sure I talk to this lady about the situation with the baby and figure out when we're going to get started on that. So yeah, I'll see you guys. I'm going to be back tonight. I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.